Hi, this is Deborah Sable Thornbrew, and I'm going to show you how to insert and manage content control fields in a Word 2013 document. On my screen I have a table. I like to use tables for things like this because it helps to align the form fields and the text that you're going to have in them. Once you're finished designing the form, you can not delete the table, but make the table border lines invisible so that no one can see the actual table. So the first thing I have is what is your favorite color? And that's going to be a drop-down list that you can choose from. And the second thing I have is describe the best trip you've ever taken. And so that's going to be a text box where you can fill in the blank. Well, before we can enter or create these content control fields, we have to bring open the developer ribbon on the Word ribbon up here at the top, the developer tab. As you can see, I've got home, insert, design, page layout, all the normal ones that come with Word and that most people use. But we also want to see the developer ribbon because that's the one where you can get to these content control fields. Notice too I have the table tools, design and layout ribbons displayed, and that's because my insertion point is inside the table. If I were to click anywhere outside the table, those go away. So to bring the developer tab ribbon onto the screen, you have to go to the File tab first. So over here in the upper left corner I click File, and I need to go to Options down here in the far lower left area. And then on the Options window you want to click Customize Ribbon. Now if you look on the left hand side, you'll see lists of different buttons and menus and things you can pick from, and on the right hand side it shows all the ones that you currently have displayed in your Word window. Here's the developer one. Notice that the check mark isn't there. Most of the time people don't use the developer ribbon that often, and so the default setting is usually for it not to be included. Well, so all I have to do is put a check mark here, and in the lower right corner down here click OK, and now look up here, now I have my developer ribbon. If I click to that ribbon, I have all the tools that I want to use. So the first thing I'm going to do is click over here into this blank cell of the table. What is your favorite color? I'm going to create a drop-down list with different color choices that you can click on to choose. So to do that, I go to the Controls group. This is where you find all the different content control fields or items that you can pick from. Most of the modern ones are up here. There's also an older version tools you can pick up called the legacy tools. You might want to try playing with some of the legacy forms, but I think it's easier to just use the newer ones. So here is, right here, this little icon is for the drop-down list content control. So I'm going to click on that to select it, and it puts the drop-down list in here, but there are no choices. If I click on the button, there's nothing there. So that means I have to go in and create the drop-down list itself. So while I have this selected, I go up here to Properties. Now another thing I can do is choose Design Mode. If I click Design Mode, then you can see the actual tab codes or behind the scenes things that you might want to use sometimes or play with sometimes, but you don't have to use the design mode in order to build the list. Just make sure it's selected as this is and click Properties. The Properties window comes up. First thing you want to do is give a title, especially if you're going to create more than one content control field. So that in this title I'm just going to say Color Choices, and I'm going to give it a tag that says the same thing. The color of the actual outline is sort of a dark gray, which is the default, and I would stick with that. I wouldn't change that. You can also make other control choices, such as this one, content control cannot be deleted. In other words, once somebody makes a choice, they cannot change it, or rather they can't delete anything out of it. Also, you can choose this control, contents cannot be edited, so once somebody makes the choice or uses the field, it cannot be changed. I'm not going to insist on that, so I'm going to let that be unchecked. And down here in this area is where I need to create the drop-down list choices. So the first thing I need to do is click Add, and so the first choice is going to be the color red. click type red, click OK. There it is. Add another one. I'm going to do blue. Click OK. Add green. Click OK. A few more colors. Okay, so I have maybe six colors here, and now that I've completed doing that, I'm going to click OK. And so now if I click into what is your favorite color, if I click away or in anywhere away from this field, you'll see the little gray choose an item, and when you roll your mouse over it or hover, it turns a little shaded gray color. So if I click there, it brings up the drop down button, and I can click the drop down button and choose one of the colors, and then if I click into a different field or a different cell of the table, that's what it looks like, and I can click back in here and change it if I want. And so that's how you can make a drop down list. Very simple, very easy. Now I'm going to do a text box in here so somebody can type as much as they want into a box. So I can choose this one, rich text or the plain text. Either one is fine, but most people like to choose rich text content control so that you can make choices about how you want the fonts to look. So I'm going to click that. There's my content box, and I'm going to choose properties. And again, I'm going to give this a title. So I'm going to call it type description here. I'm going to do the same thing for the tag. And if you wanted to use a special style, you can click a check mark here and make sure that whenever anybody types into that box, it'll have a certain look to it, but I'm not going to choose that for now. At this point, I'm just going to click OK. And again, if I click away, it tells me click here to enter text, so I can just click here and start typing. And as I type, this box will continue to grow as big as I want it to be. So there's no limit really to what you can do here. So that's how you can create content control fields. Now, the thing you need to do though, if you're building a form like this and it has these choices in it that you want people to be able to do, you want to restrict the editing so that your users or people who use your form cannot change the form in any way. All you want them to be able to do is fill it in and answer things. So what you would do is go over here on the developer ribbon again and click here, restrict editing. In the restrict editing pane on the right hand side, you can make different choices like formatting restrictions if you want. The one restriction you really have to do for something like this is this one, editing restrictions allow only this type of editing in the document. So you want to put a check mark there and click the drop down and choose either track changes, comments, filling in forms, or no changes. If you pick no changes, read only, that means you're not going to let anybody do anything on the form. They won't be able to click it, choose anything, type anything, nothing. So you don't want that. You definitely want this one. Filling in forms is the best choice for this kind of thing when you're dealing with content control fields. Then when you click yes, start enforcing protection, it gives you the option of typing a password. But be very careful if you put a password in here, because if you forget it, there's no way to retrieve it, and this document is pretty much etched in concrete. There's nothing you can do. Microsoft can't even retrieve it. So what I recommend is to leave these boxes blank. Do not include a password. Just leave them blank. Click OK. Now the restrict editing is in force. I'm going to close the pane over here, and notice that when I try to click over here, double click to choose something or type anywhere else, it doesn't let me. All it lets me do is make choices in the drop down and type things in the box. When you're ready to edit this document again, you would go to restrict editing again, this button here, and you would click in the very bottom of that pane down here. There's a button that says Stop Protection. You can click that, and then you can start making choices to and manage it and actually do things to it. So that's how you can create control fields and how you can control them.